Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse review. This time I got the Wave 1 digital Batman and Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Both of these figures retail for $24.99, both of which come with a digital collectible. I redeemed the digital collectibles because I actually wanted to show you what those look like. However, apparently I just can't do it for some reason. I don't know why, but they also come with a standard trading card for this particular offshoot of the DC Multiverse line. It is technically DC Direct. I say it's DC Multiverse, but in the video title it'll be probably DC Multiverse. Anyway, speaking of those digital collectibles, if I can grab these, like I said, I did redeem both just to give you an idea of what the codes look like. Again, I already redeemed them. You can try to, but you won't get anything. I don't support NFTs, but this is the way to go about them because like I actually get a product instead of just some digital thing. Here are the trading cards. These are different than the DC Multiverse cards, as you can see. I don't mind these. Actually, I think I kind of prefer them in some capacity. I do prefer the white border on the Multiverse cards, but there's the back of those, and there's how it differs from that. Definitely like the back of these cards better. I kind of like the front of these ones better, though. But, there's a read up there if you want to read either of those cards. But either way, in the binder it goes. Now, as you can see, one of these boxes is empty, and the other box has another figure in it. I actually found both of these guys at my Target, and this was actually an Amazon pre-order that they wouldn't let me cancel the pre-order for some reason. So now I have two of these guys, and I have a few ideas on what I want to do with this guy. So for now, he'll stay in the box, but this gives me a unique opportunity to show you what the figure in the box looks like sealed, so you can see how the digital collectible as well as the card fits back there. So he'll be going on my wall, and yeah. And then here's the side here if you want to scan for more information about the digital goods, I guess. The back is just the art cards. If you're looking for either of these figures, there's Batman's barcode, and here is Green Lanterns. These figures have been out for a little while now, and I think Lantern's still available from Amazon. I don't know. Anyway, I wasn't planning on getting Batman, but I saw him in store, and I felt like I had to have him. So let's go ahead and start off with Batman here and his accessories. So the stands here, they say Mcfarlane Toys Digital versus, your standard multiverse stand, which just has the DC logo on it. I do like that, even if it's not something that I particularly care for. But, just an added extra bit of attention. Both of these figures are mostly reuse, but there are some new things here. So Batman here, he comes with two fisted hands. They have some nice texturing on them. I do like that. And then he comes with a batarang that's similar to his emblem up there, where it has like a border around the main bat logo. He comes with a grapnel gun which has a grapnel in it. Mine is kind of wonky looking, but from most angles you can't even tell, so I'm not really concerned about that. And what's really nice about this release is that he comes with an alternate head for Bruce Wayne. This is, I think, only the second time a Justice League members come with an alternate head. But if you want to see how that looks, sometimes it's hard to get this head on this body, but there you go. So you actually have an option to put a Bruce Wayne head on this Batman figure or another figure, probably like a suited figure if you're interested in a suited Bruce Wayne. I've seen people use the Cody Rhodes from the AEW line suited body. So that's all of Batman's accessories, but lastly he does have two other hands. The holding hand, which is like a trigger finger hand, and this kind of weird looking open hand. I wish I got two extra of these hands, one for each side. Anyway, Green Lantern's accessories here. While he doesn't come with an alternate head sculpt, he does come with the same amount of accessories that Batman does. So Green Lantern here comes with the lantern battery, which I think we have seen before, and it has the lantern logo on the top there. Do like getting some more lantern batteries. This effect piece we've seen like 20 times before. It's alright. We do have only just left hands here. I guess they didn't want to mold the ring hand on any other figure, but we got... Let me turn the brightness down. That's probably better. Maybe not. It's still kind of bright, but you get a fisted hand here. You get this open hand, slapping hand. It's kind of weird. Don't know why that was included. And his last left hand is a holding hand for his lantern battery. And, of course, he does come with a right hand. Only one right hand. Trying to get it to focus on the hand. There you go. It does have the Green Lantern logo on that. I do like that. So, that's all the accessories these figures come with. Let's go back to Batman here and take a good look at him. I really love this head sculpt. This is not a reuse. This is a brand new head sculpt. And I do hope to see it included in more upcoming Batman figures on this body or on other bodies. I did do a head swap between this one and the Nightfall Batman, and that looked pretty good. And I might actually use this head sculpt on the battle damaged Batman from the upcoming Bane 2-pack. That looks pretty good. So paint-wise, there's not too much here. Of course, there is some on the head, but most of the paint is relegated to the chest logo and the belt here. As far as I know, there's no other paint on this figure besides this little bit of gray here on the forearm. They didn't need to put it there, but I do appreciate that. The belt paint on mine, I wouldn't say it's sloppy, but you know, there are some points where the black is definitely off, like in person right here. You can kind of see how that connects a little bit. This side's a little bit better, but up here it kind of gets a little muddled. And it is painted all the way on the back, unlike the Crisis on Infinite Earth Superman figure that doesn't have a fully painted belt. I will be getting that figure soon, so stay tuned for that 4-pack review, or Build-A-Figure review, rather. This does reuse the Rebirth body, but this is in a nice kind of periwinkle blue. It's not quite blue. It has like it's just a hint of purple or red to it, and I do like this color scheme. And while I do like this body mold, the thing I really don't like about this figure is those thighs. These thighs are too damn thick. They're thicker than these thighs, and that's saying something. It's just wild how thick them thighs are, though. I guess, you know, when you're crime fighting in Gotham, those thick thighs, they save lives. I do like the texturing on the gauntlet bracers as well as the boots. Those look really nice. A little bit of a wash would bring these out significantly and would do some wonders for this particular mold. There's a lot of like panel lining, I guess, on this figure, and again, just a little wash would really bring it out. The cape is nice. It doesn't get in the way too much, although it is plugged in there. I don't like when they plug in the capes like that. But yeah, that's Batman, and we'll do a quick articulation segment here so he can fully double join his arms. Pretty good swivel there. He's got all of that action going on. Not too much in the up and down or the back and forward. Can get back a little bit, surprisingly. That's interesting. Of course, the head's on a dumbbell joint, so you can look up that far, look down pretty good. Of course, it's a 360 and it comes off, so you can put the Bruce Wayne head on. Wrists, exactly what you'd expect. Ab crunch, actually not too bad on the ab crunch. That's pretty excellent for this line, and that's actually pretty damn good. Backwards, he could get more, but the belt actually gets in the way. You can kind of see that. It's very surprising how far back that can go. Speaking of the midsection here, it actually moves pretty freely. This is a pretty good belt piece, or diaper piece rather. Let's look at them thighs. Get these out of the way here. Beautiful spread. Just enough of a swivel up there. Can he kick his own ass? He can almost kick his own ass. It's very close, very close. I do have some trouble standing up this figure, but he does look really nice, and I am glad I did pick him up, even if I don't actually need a fifth Batman figure. Oh well, can't have too many Batmans, right? Honestly, I don't mind. It's a good figure. All right, let's move him out of the way so we can take a look at what a lot of people were waiting for, myself included, the Silver Age Hal Jordan. Now, when this was first revealed, people were annoyed about the shoulders here not being green. This is accurate to the Silver Age, where he had black instead of green in his shoulders. But I know a lot of people wanted the green in the shoulders instead. I would say myself included, but honestly, I'm just glad we have a more proper looking Hal Jordan. And especially with the head sculpt. This head sculpt is fantastic. I have absolutely no issues with it. He has just a slight smirk. I do wish that he came with a more neutral expression, but considering the last one came with a neutral expression, I think that this one having just a bit more personality makes it look better and stand out. When I think of Hal Jordan, this is exactly the hairstyle I think of. It looks really good. It's nice and brown. There's no two tones here. It's just a solid color. Nothing wrong with that. And I just love it. The Green Lantern logo here is just painted on, which is fine. I don't mind. Mine does have a nick on the middle there. But, you know, again, I do have that second Hal Jordan. So if I ever open up that second one to do a custom, I would probably customize this one if I did custom it at all. So this is on the Blue Beater Booster Gold body. There's really not all that much to see. One thing I do want to point out about this figure is for some reason when I opened it, there was just so much like lubricant on this figure, and I still get some of it on my hands every now and then, but I think I got most of it all dried up and cleaned. But if you look at the back of his knees here, it's hard to see because this is a black suit, but it's very glossy, very shiny. It's just, there's a lot of lubricant back there. You got to be very careful. I'm not going to do an articulation segment, but you know, simple figure, didn't have to be anything too exciting. And while it's not, it's still very nice to have a more classic looking Hal Jordan in our collections. And I'm very glad that I have two, even if I didn't want to, because, well, I have a custom idea, like I said. So if I ever get around to it, you'll be seeing that video. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to our size comparison section. It's going to be a loaded one, y'all. All right, Batman here. He stands at 7¼ inches at the top of his ears. And then Green Lantern here, he stands at just over 7. Just a little over 7. And let's see, who do we want to start off with? Let's go ahead and start off with Batman size comparisons. I'm going to move Hal back here just because I have a lot. So starting off, let's go ahead and bring in the Nightfall Batman. This blue is much more blue. This one is just a slight tinge of purple. And I would do a head swap, but I don't think that this head comes off correctly. Oh, actually it does. Hold on. We have a rift. Ah. All right. So that head comes off. And then... let's see, are these ball joints compatible? They are. So if you want to put this head on this body, I didn't push it down all the way, but yeah, that looks pretty good. Of course, the blues don't match, but I think it's close enough that you could get away with it. This really does look good, though. Like, I want more of this head sculpt. I don't want to have to buy more of this figure to get it, but doesn't that look good, y'all? Like, obviously, it's not pushed all the way down, but, you know, you get the idea. And then if you want the Bruce Wayne head sculpt on there, that looks good, too. And then this head sculpt, this one sits a little too high up on the neck, even if I did push it down. But I like this head sculpt on this body as well. I think that swapping these heads looks really nice. What do you guys think? I think that this looks really good. But for the rest of this, let's go ahead and reaffix their heads to their bodies. Ugh, this one was always trouble. Okay. Let's set him up like that. Alright. Speaking of Batmans, let's do a taller Batman here. We have the JLA Wave Batman. This guy is just so damn tall. Yeesh. I forgot how tall he was. And speaking of Justice League members, I did go ahead and bring out the classic Superman figure. And yeah, these two actually work pretty well together. They're about the same height, so if that's something that you're interested in, having these two in the same height, this is a good representation of that. I would recommend having those all together. Anyway, but like Justice League wise, I don't think this is a bad Justice League, these three. Obviously, there's a Batman in here, but you know what I mean. These three look pretty nice. Anyway, let's move out all of these figures so that we can take a look at some Green Lantern comparisons. Get him in here. Let's go ahead and just get all of our Green Lantern figures out of the way here. The one lost his display stand. So let's start off with Kyle from the Kilowog 2-pack. John Stewart from the JLA Wave. He likes to lean forward a bit. And the only other Green Lantern figure, I believe that they've released the Platinum Edition Alan Scott. So there's all the Green Lantern figures that I own minus Kilowog. If you want to see how Kilowog looks next to Hal, go check out that video. Anyway, last one that I want to show here is Sinestro, a very bitter rival of Hal's. And they look great together, of course. Sinestro's a bit taller, which makes sense to me, at least. I always think of Sinestro as a very lanky, tall alien next to Hal. So, yeah, these five all look good together. And, you know, hopefully we get some Indigo 1, some Larfleeze, etc. St. Walker. But more lanterns, please, Todd. You're doing a good job. Keep it up, please. I beg of thee. Alright. Now we can go ahead and see how both of these two look next to our standards. So we'll start off with the Build-A-Figure Atrocitus. And he looks good next to Hal. Good size difference, I do appreciate. And of course we have our Gold Label Arkham City Batman. Let's grab our Spartan Yoroi from the Halo Spartan Collection. Jazzwares. Speaking of Jazzwares, here is the AEW Unrivaled Samoa Joe and the WWE Mattel Elite 100 John Cena. Moving into our 7-inch scale lines, we have the Scarlet Spider from Marvel Legends. We have the G.I. Joe Classified Tiger Force Outback. We have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Dino Thunder Black. And lastly, we have the Retro Card Return of the Jedi Boba Fett from the Star Wars Black Series. So, Batman, Green Lantern, I definitely recommend both of these figures. I think what really sold me on the Batman was the extra head sculpt that was included, because there's a lot you can do with extra head sculpts in just about any action figure line. You know, you can put it on almost any figure and it would work in some capacity. I think that both of these two would be a good start to your Justice League, especially the Hal Jordan. This is the one I think a lot of people have been waiting for. And, you know, it's nothing too extraordinary. It's basic, it's simple, but it's enough. And I highly recommend it if you are a big fan of Hal Jordan. This is the one for you. I do feel that this Batman is a little short, but he does scale pretty well with the Blue Beetle Booster Gold body, so he doesn't look too bad or too out of place. And he scales well with the classic Superman, as you just saw, so if you have that figure, he'll look good next to him. I also really like the blue color on this Batman. It's just a slight hint of purple, and I just think that that makes it a bit more interesting on the shelf. Green Lantern, he comes with some good effect pieces and some bad ones, But, again, still glad to have him. I do wish he came with some alternate right hands. Even the collector's edition Green Lantern Batman figure, at least he came with 2 right hands and 4 left hands. This one only comes with 4 hands total, so that kind of sucks. But the digital component of this, if you don't have the capacity to view them, it's not really something that's going to be useful to you. I don't support NFTs, but again, I feel that this is the way to do it. Give me a physical product that just so happens to come with a digital product. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below of the whole wave of figures, which one's your favorite. I opted not to get Aquaman. I'm fine with the Endless Winter one and the JLA one. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And if you made it this far, leave a comment that has the word Aquaman in it. Anyway, as always, peace.